My next guest is a licensed clinical hypnotherapist, past life regression specialist, mental health coach, and trauma informed yoga teacher. Please welcome Stacia Aashna. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I am here today with a very special guest. Her name is Stacia, and I just love who she is as a person and what she does, and I'm so excited to have her on. Hello, girl.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I love your energy, and I'm so happy to be speaking with you today.
Yeah, me too. I'm so pumped. So let's start with you sharing who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do.
I am a clinical hypnotherapist and a life coach, and I have quite a toolbox that I work with. But my sort of power statement and the people that I serve are overachievers, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
working with people who are really finding themselves maybe feeling lost and directionless, trying to reignite passion in their lives, maybe trying to really maximize their relationships and their careers, and they want to expedite a lot of positive changes in their lives. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
6 month program that I work with my clients, and I love this work. As a hypnotherapist, I also treat a lot of other issues such as things, everything from smoking cessation to
Mm-hmm.
fears and phobias and childhood trauma. And I also do past life regression. So yeah, there's a lot that I cover with people, but really what I'm helping my clients to do is to tune into their core self so that
Mm-hmm.
they can really live from that place. And it's beautiful to see, when people tap into that core self
Mm-hmm.
to live from there, just how much that really ignites their lives, and that's very unique to each individual.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about what I'm doing. And how I got into this work is just like so many others find this sort of work and this path similar to how I have, and that is because I myself have gone through my own transformational journey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'd be happy to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
All right. So, my background was I grew up the youngest of five kids to a single mother. And we were poor, and there was trauma and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of challenges. I went through some really pivotal, big challenges quite young in life. My parents divorced
Mm-hmm.
when I was 9 years old. There was a lot of challenges with my parents and their struggles. My father's struggle with his addiction to drugs and alcohol was really difficult for me and
Mm-hmm.
for the family. I had a brother who passed away when I was 15, and he died in a car crash or in a motorcycle crash, and so a lot of these experiences, having so many challenging experiences at such a young age, kind of shaped me
Mm-hmm.
to seek a deeper sense of meaning when I was quite young. So I became kind of an oddball as a teenager, and that I was starting to, at the age of 13, 14, 15, seek out things like meditation and other tools at quite a young
Mm.
age, because I was having all these really life altering experiences. Losing my brother at such a young age made me really question question my purpose and life in so many unique ways that
Mm-hmm.
you don't usually experience as a young person. And as you can imagine, just as so many of people who experience trauma go through, I also wound up experiencing things like depression, and I have complex
Mm-hmm.
PTSD from these experiences. Um, and I seek for my own mental health support at a young age, and uh, studied psychology in school. Saw traditional therapists, and then also went into seeking support from all kinds of other alternative therapists, and had some interesting experiences. I went and lived in an ashram when I was 21, and meditated for 6 hours a day. And
Wow.
I my meditation teacher that I did wind up finding in my early 20s introduced me to hypnotherapy, and I had no idea what like therapeutic hypnosis was. All I knew about was stage
Mm-hmm.
hypnosis, which I'm sure so many people who listen, that's what they really conjure up in their mind, as they think of, the image of the hypnotist making the client
Yeah.
cluck like a chicken,
Yeah.
which is not what I do. Uh, and so when my meditation teacher taught me about hypnotherapy, it was so eye opening to me because I didn't realize that this was a tool that you could use to actually help people become more in control of their mind, their emotions, and their
Mm-hmm.
physical well-being through understanding their mind. So I was
Mm-hmm.
fascinated, and I obviously, experienced hypnosis myself and had really cool
Mm-hmm.
uh, life changing results from my experiences through hypnosis. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I found this path because of my own challenges, because I was struggling. I was looking for tools and help. I was also looking for meaning and depth. And
Mm-hmm.
because I went through a radical transformation in my life. I mean, I went from being somebody
Mm-hmm.
who suffered from pretty debilitating panic attacks, depression, really stuck in a terrible routines in my life, and really feeling, living my life from the narrative of I am unworthy. That was my story,
Mm.
really. Like it really was, and everything in my life was manifesting from that place. So my jobs, my relationships, it took a toll on all of that. But I have
Mm-hmm.
fully embraced my worthiness, and um, I I I've had a complete transformation using many of the tools that I am now working with my clients on. So it's been really cool to experience that.
Wow, I'm just mind blown right now.
Thank you.
Your story is incredible. Like, wow, like you're courageous, you're brave, you're doing the thing and you're working on yourself and you're helping others work on themselves and it's just so inspiring to see. So I'm curious to know, like, what would you say to someone right now who might be having these feelings of unworthiness? Like, where would you encourage them to look at, or where would they need to start in order to heal?
Yeah, well, there's so many paths we can take, and there's no single right
Mm-hmm.
path. You there's all kinds of different therapy modalities. There's things that I'm doing hypnosis. I also work with a therapy model called internal family systems. Powerful, powerful work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's also things like there's somatic work, there's shamanism, there's so many beautiful, wonderful facilitators
Mm-hmm.
out there, and even books and things that you can find. So I would recommend just first of all, like if you are dealing with a challenge in terms of self love, starting with just starting to extend appreciation to yourself on a daily basis is a very simple
Mm-hmm.
place just to start. Like just one simple tool that I'll give my clients is to practice validating themselves and their feelings. So
Mm-hmm.
and this is a mindfulness tool, but if you feel a difficult emotion such as frustration or stress, every single time you feel these, try turning to yourself and saying, I am feeling frustrated, and that is a right way to feel. And that's just a
Mm.
practice in just validating what it is that you're feeling, because there are no wrong ways to feel. The more that you can practice just validating yourself and your feelings, they will actually start to naturally transform. And that's a very loving sort of
Mm.
relationship to take with yourself, to have that sort of presence of just being with your feelings and allowing your feelings. And again, they will naturally start to transform and relax when we can go into this place of just approving of ourselves and what it is that we're feeling in the moment. But
Mm-hmm.
then beyond that, as I was starting to say earlier, there are so many wonderful tools and resources, and I can't stress enough how helpful it is to get guidance from somebody who
Mm-hmm.
has tools, because doing the self work is beautiful and wonderful. But in that space, we have to deal with our active mind, which will present all kinds of blocks. And if you're doing the work on yourself, you're probably coming up against a lot of those blocks. The part of you that just maybe wants to give up or procrastinate or delay that process, or just go into the cycle of self-criticism and self-doubt. If you can have somebody that can help kind of get you out of those places and turn towards a place of taking forward steps, and yeah, I can't stress that enough, just looking for outside support.
Yes, so important for sure.
Yes.
So, this is like an entrepreneurship podcast, and I know that you're having tremendous success right now in your business, and I want to celebrate that with you. So, if you feel comfortable, please share with us like your successes right now.
Oh my gosh. The last year has been massive. And yeah, it took me a long time to just go into being a full
Mhm.
time entrepreneur. So I was working up until February 1st of 2021.
Mhm.
I was working in the corporate world, and I had my practice that I'm doing now full time as a side gig, even though it really wasn't, because at the end of it, when I left the corporate world, I had a roster of uh, somewhere between 10 and 15 clients.
Mhm.
So I was working with my clients in the evenings and on the weekends, and then working a full-time corporate job. So it was a little crazy.
Yeah.
And this was still some of that old messaging of just really, watching my mother, a single mom of 5 children, work her butt off, that, I
Mm.
kind of felt like I needed to do that. So I was just recreating that experience for myself. But I took a huge leap. And it was scary, just as leaps always are, because you're going into that space of the unknown.
Mhm.
But I trusted. I really felt in my heart, just as so many entrepreneurs do. I just felt in my heart that this is what I am supposed to be doing. Uh,
Mm.
this is my dharma. This is what I am meant to do here. And it's in fact like a disservice if I if I don't really embrace this and just go all in on it. So I did. And I made a lot of changes to my offerings, to my program, so that I could really best serve people,
Mhm.
in the ways that I can. And yeah, over the last like 4 or 5 months, things have changed tremendously. I have, more than doubled my income.
Yes.
Actually, quite, yeah, like it's been more like a quadruple of my income, which it's kind of, I feel some hesitancy even saying that, honestly. Because it's not, it's I'm a very heart-centered person, but I also want to validate to people who might struggle like I did with
Mhm.
abundance. And really, for our heart-centered entrepreneurs, when you want to work from a place of that heart of your heart, and
Mhm.
sometimes it can be challenging to feel comfortable with having abundance, because you just are there to serve. But I want to let people know that it is okay and totally possible and good to have both.
Mm.
You can work from that heart-centered space and have abundance.
Mhm.
So it's been really amazing for me to kind of step into this place, and where I can feel very abundant, and also very aligned with my own sense of integrity. So it's
Yes, yes.
yeah, things are changed a lot over the last year, but they're continuing to change. So I'm really excited for this year and what's to come.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. Like, this is
Thank you.
amazing for sure.
Thank you.
So I ask this to everyone who comes on the podcast, and I'm very curious to know your take on this. So, what do you think for you does being a powerful leader? What does it mean to you?
Mm, that's such a beautiful question. And I am really passionate about leadership because I had such an interesting career background, and
Mm-hmm.
I've done so many different things, and I've been in different positions of leadership myself, and I've given a lot of thought to it. What is a good leader? For me, I really think that leadership is about, for me, it's about my ability to connect with people. That's what makes me feel powerful, is when I can
Mm-hmm.
really like form deep and meaningful connections with other people, where I can empathize and kind of just really connect with people. That's what makes me feel like a powerful leader. So many times I've been in positions where I've had leaders above me, and I just felt like there was so much disconnect. Like I just felt like there was not a lot of care or connection there. So for me, anytime I can just really be my own, like just very, very human, very real, very, very much myself, and connect with people
Mm-hmm.
from that place, that's what makes me feel like a powerful leader. Just embracing my true, authentic self and connecting with others from that place.
That's so beautiful. Like I hear so many different like versions of this, but this one was wow, so
Aw,
pretty.
thank you. Thank you. I feel really passionate about it. I think and
Yeah.
if you feel called to be a leader, it's often people who are really heart-centered and they are working from an attitude of service.
Mm-hmm.
They sometimes don't want to be in the position of leadership because they have so much. I meet a lot of people that are in this place where they're very humble about
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
their skill set and how talented they are. But we need people like that to lead. We need people
Yes.
that really care and are living from their heart and having the courage to do that. We need those people to really step up and be the leaders, because it's just such a beautiful example to set for others to serve from that space. So
Mm-hmm.
if that's you and you're not yet stepping into that place, maybe this is a message that you can hear, is that we need you to
Yes.
shine your light and to really live from that place for all of us, like truly, as a society, as a community, as brothers and sisters. Like we really need these beautiful, heart-centered, conscious people to step into their light and to lead. It lifts all of us up, and it's beautiful to see. I just adore it. I love seeing that.
Yes, me too. I love to see the collective rise up, you know?
Yes. Yes, yes, so much. And it's just so beautiful. I'm so happy to see you doing that as well, because you're doing that as well. I mean, you do that through this podcast, you do it through everything I can see in the work that you're doing. You set such a beautiful example of, being this conscious woman who is putting her heart and soul into everything that she does and serving from that place. So I'm sure that you're setting that example as well and inspiring more and more of that in the world.
Thank you so much for saying
You're
that. You're gonna
welcome.
make me cry.
Aw. You deserve it. Yeah, it's so beautiful to be connected and to be, just I feel very passionate about supporting other powerful women as well. And
Hmm.
for it took me a while. When I was younger, I had this narrative of, I thought powerful women like were really scary and intense.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I would get really intimidated by, people that were really sort of intense and forceful, and
Yeah.
maybe not always like respectful of me, because I went through a phase where I was sort of attracting people like that into my life. And as I went through my healing journey, what I've really seen are the real powerful leaders are those people that are really soft and kind of
Hmm.
and heart centered and work from that space. So it's beautiful to
Yeah.
be connected and to that know that we're both kind of working from that space in our lives.
Yeah, for sure. I love this conversation so
Me
much.
too. Yeah, it's so wonderful.
Yeah. So, do you have, any last piece of wisdom that you'd like to share with our audience today?
the healing balm is really love.
Mm,
And it sounds corny, but the more and more that I sit with myself and from a space of presence and really really sitting mindfully with myself, either in meditation or through the therapy work that I do with my therapist, internal family systems, and I just sit with all of the parts of me, even the parts of me that I sometimes don't like or enjoy, and I can
mm,
sit and extend love to all of the parts of me, that that I sense in my being. Um, Everything has gotten so much better in my life. So if you have, I mean, I this is the practice I give people. Even if you have voices inside of yourself that are really critical, or parts of you that just doubt yourself and your abilities, if you can send love into all of those spaces inside of yourself, all of that just starts to relax and
mm,
recalibrate. This sort of, we live in this time where people are really into hustle culture and like pushing through things really forcefully. And I don't see
mm,
that really working for people. But what I do
mhm,
see working for people is slowing down and being really present and gentle and loving with themselves. So I just want to encourage people to maybe consider that, to consider how can you be more loving and present with yourself today, and what does that
mhm.
mean to you, and yeah, just to explore that a little bit more deeply with yourself.
I love that. Like I'm so guilty of the hustle culture, and I notice the difference. I notice the shift when I
Mhm.
actually take some times for myself. Like first thing in the morning, I focus on me, my thoughts, my energy, and it makes all the difference.
Doesn't it? I know. It's really like there, and it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
big crazy changes. It can be just little things,
Yeah.
just little things in your day that are loving and gentle and kind towards yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, really, like you get up and you spend, like, just look at yourself in the mirror and say some affirmations, or,
Mhm.
take time to make yourself a nice meal. Just small things makes
Mhm.
such a huge difference. So, yeah, more love, more compassion, more understanding for yourself, and your life will get better. It does,
Yes.
100%, 100%.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for sharing all of this. So, where can people go to connect with you further in the online space?
I think the easiest way to connect with me directly one on one is through Instagram or Facebook. And my Instagram and Facebook are just my name, Stacia Aashna. And I definitely reply to DMs. And so if you'd like to connect with me there, I would love to connect. And I also have a website, and it's staciaashna.com. If you're interested in looking at the work that I offer, I have an application page for hypnosis and also for my 6-month program. If it's something that you're feeling called to dive into some of this work with yourself, I'm happy to get on a call and just discuss what it is that I offer and see if it's the right
Mhm.
fit. I really like it. If you feel a call to dive into the work, to look a little bit deeper, again, like there's just so much benefit into getting some outside support
Mhm.
and guidance. So I'm happy to speak with you if that's something that you're looking for support with.
Yes, go follow Stacia. Go send her a
Thank you.
DM. Go connect with her. She's amazing. You won't regret it.
Thank you. You are so kind.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course. Of course. Thank you so much for being here again. I'm so grateful for you, and I wish you nothing but more success and love.
Same to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.